The truth no one tells you. Fear doesn't just kill your dreams, it's silently killing you every single day without you even realizing it. Have you ever wondered why so many people never live up to their true potential? It's not because they lack talent or opportunities. It's because deep down, they believe they don't deserve better. Les Brown said, "Fear kills dreams, fear kills hope, and fear kills who you are meant to be." If you're still putting off the life you really want, ask yourself, am I living for my dreams, or just surviving because of my fears? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever given up on a dream before you even started? Not because it was impossible, but because something whispered inside you, you're not good enough. You're not ready. You'll probably fail. If you've ever felt that, you're not alone. And you're not broken. But you are being held back by something silent. Something invisible. Fear. Les Brown, one of the greatest motivational speakers of our time, said something that still echoes in my mind. Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear can age you. Fear can hold you back from doing something you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you. And he's right. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or opportunity. They fail because they never give themselves a real chance. Because they stop before they begin. Why? Because they're afraid. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of not being perfect. Afraid that even their best won't be enough. But here's what I want you to hear. You are not your fear. You are not your doubt. And you are not alone in this struggle. Today, we begin to break down the walls of that invisible prison. Not all at once, but brick by brick. Thought by thought. Action by action. So, let's talk about the first wall. The fear of not being enough. This fear shows up quietly. It doesn't scream. It whispers. When you see someone else succeed, it says, "You'll never be like them." When you have an idea, it replies, "Who are you to think you can do that?" When you make a mistake, it says, "Told you so." And the worst part? Over time, you start to believe it. You internalize it. You wear it like armor, except this armor doesn't protect you. It just keeps you from moving. But listen, no one is born confident. Confidence is a skill, and like any skill, it's built through action, through failure, through growth. So here's a truth you need to tattoo on your mind. You don't have to believe in your full potential right away. You just have to believe in the next step. Let me give you a story. Les Brown was once labeled educable mentally retarded in school. Yes. That's what they called him. He was held back in school. Bullied. Laughed at. But he had a dream to become a speaker. He didn't know how. He wasn't polished. He didn't have the credentials. But he had something else, desire. A burning desire to become more than his labels. He started by doing the scary thing, speaking, even when his voice trembled. Trying, even when he failed. Showing up, even when no one else believed in him. That's what today is about. Not changing your whole life in one leap. Just daring to take the next step. Even if your knees are shaking. So, I want to ask you. What have you allowed fear to talk you out of? What gift, what idea, what dream is sitting inside you, waiting for permission to breathe? Because guess what? The dream is still there. And today, it's knocking. How investing just 15 minutes a day in your mind can change the entire direction of your life. But for now, I leave you with this. You don't have to be great to get started. But you have to get started to be great. Les Brown. Self-development. Les Brown asks a question that cuts straight to the truth. How much time do you spend each day working on you? Not your job. Not your to-do list. You. Your mindset. Your growth. Your greatness. Because here's the truth. You will never rise higher than your self-image. If you don't grow your mindset, your skills, and your belief in yourself, no opportunity, no lucky break, no promotion, will ever stick. You'll find a way to sabotage it. Why? Because deep down, you'll feel like you don't deserve it. And that's why personal growth matters. Not for success out there, but for strength in here. Let me tell you a story. Les Brown, once a radio DJ with no formal speaking training, used to lock himself in a room and practice his speeches in the mirror. He listened to tapes of other great speakers like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Jesse Jackson, and Earl Nightingale. He read books, not just for knowledge, but to change the way he thought about himself. He fed his mind with power, with clarity, with new beliefs. And little by little, he became the man he saw in his imagination. You gotta be hungry. That was his phrase. Hungry to grow. Hungry to evolve. Hungry to leave the old version of yourself behind. Here's what I want you to take away today. Growth is not an event. It's a lifestyle. It's what you do in the quiet moments, when no one's watching. When you choose to read instead of scroll. When you journal instead of complain. When you say, I don't know how to do this yet, but I'm going to learn. So how do you start building this lifestyle? Let me give you 5 simple, non-negotiable habits to create daily growth. 1. Read for 15 minutes a day. Not social media. Not gossip. But books that stretch your mind, biographies, mindset, leadership, spirituality, psychology. One idea can change your life. 2. Listen to something that uplifts you. A podcast. An audiobook. A motivational speech. Let great voices rewire the script in your head. 3. Reflect and write. Keep a journal. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? Where did I grow? What am I proud of? This builds awareness. And awareness creates change. 4. Learn a new skill. YouTube, online courses, books, the world is your classroom. Don't wait for someone to teach you. Be your own teacher. 5. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. If your circle doesn't challenge you, expand it. As Les says, if you're the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. And here's the key, don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. Show up every day, even when it's boring, even when you're tired. Because every small effort compounds. It's like planting seeds. You don't see the tree in one day. But if you water it, feed it, protect it, one day you'll look up and realize, wow, I've changed. You speak differently. You walk differently. You think, move, lead, like someone who believes in themselves. That's what growth does. It rewrites your identity. So the question is no longer, am I good enough? It becomes, am I committed enough to grow into someone who is? You've faced the truth about fear. You've seen the value of growing yourself daily. Now it's time for the turning point. Taking action. Even when you don't feel ready. Les Brown said it best. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Start with what you have, where you are. So let me ask you something personal. Have you ever told yourself, "I'll start once I'm more confident. I just need to feel ready. I'll begin when life settles down"? We all have. We've all used perfection as an excuse. But let's be real. Perfection is a myth. Readiness is a feeling that never fully arrives. And if you keep waiting for all the green lights, you'll be stuck at the same intersection your whole life. Here's the truth. Clarity comes from movement, not from thinking. Confidence comes from doing, not from waiting. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to act anyway. Let me tell you a story. Les Brown wasn't born a great speaker. In fact, in his first speech at a local club, he was so nervous he forgot half his lines. He stumbled. He got laughed at. But he didn't stop. Because he knew something powerful. Every master was once a beginner. Every expert was once scared. Every leader had a moment where they said, "I'm doing this, ready or not." So here's what I want you to do. Think about the thing you've been putting off. That business. That book. That conversation. That trip. That side hustle. That gym membership. That call you need to make. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin. And here's a simple 3-step framework to help you get out of thinking and into doing. 1. Lower the bar. Yes, you heard me. Lower the bar. Don't make the first step something huge. Make it so easy you can't fail. If you want to start running, don't start with 5 miles. Start with putting your shoes on. If you want to write a book, start with 1 paragraph. Start small, but start now. 2. Set a timer. This trick works. Give yourself 10 minutes. Set a timer, and tell yourself, "I'll just work on it for 10 minutes." You'll often find that once you begin, momentum carries you forward. 3. Take messy action. Forget perfect. Forget the polished version. Post the video even if it's not Hollywood quality. Make the call even if your pitch isn't perfect. Launch the product even if it still feels raw. Because speed matters more than polish. Progress matters more than approval. Action beats hesitation, every time. Remember this. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That first step might feel small. But it's not. It's everything. It breaks the pattern of waiting. It tells your mind, "We're moving now." It begins the journey of transformation. And here's the beauty. Once you start moving, the fear doesn't vanish, but it shrinks. Because now, you're proving to yourself that you can. Before we close, I want to leave you with a question. What's one thing you've been waiting on, that you can take action on today? Just 1 step. That's it. Because a year from now, you'll either be glad you started, or you'll still be wishing you had. Now it's time to talk about the voice that follows you everywhere. The one you hear more than anyone else's. The one that can either build your future, or break your spirit. I'm talking about your inner voice. Self-talk. The silent conversation running inside your mind all day long. Les Brown says it clearly. You have to be willing to say to yourself, "It's possible. I can do this. I deserve more." You see, no matter how strong your support system is, there will be days when no one cheers for you. No one claps. No one checks in. And on those days, you have to be your own cheerleader. Your voice has to rise above the doubt. Above the fear. above the noise of the world. Because here's the truth. You are always planting something in your mind. And what you plant, grows. If you plant seeds of, "I'm not good enough," you'll harvest insecurity. If you plant seeds of, "I'm a failure," you'll hesitate and hold back. But if you plant, "I'm capable," "I'm growing," "I'm learning," you'll start building an unshakable identity. Les Brown often repeated affirmations to himself, even when he didn't believe them yet. He said things like, "No matter how bad it is, or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. I have greatness within me. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor." And the more he repeated them, the more they became real. Why? Because your mind doesn't always know the difference between truth and repetition. If you say something often enough, your brain starts believing it. So let me ask you, what are you saying to yourself every day? Would you say those same words to someone you love? If the answer is no, then it's time to rewrite the script. Let's break this down into a simple practice you can start today. The 3-step self-talk reboot. 1. Catch the critic. Notice the negative thoughts. When you hear, "I'm so stupid," or "I always mess things up," pause and say, "Wait, would I talk to my friend like this?" Awareness is the first step to change. 2. Flip the script. Replace the thought with one that's true and helpful. Instead of, "I can't do this," say, "I'm figuring this out." Instead of, "I'm not good enough," say, "I'm growing stronger every day." Make it believable, not fake. But powerful. 3. Speak it daily. Out loud. Yes, out loud. Even if it feels weird. Start your day with affirmations. I am focused. I am disciplined. I am becoming everything I was born to be. Do it every morning. Out loud. With energy. Pro tip: write these affirmations on sticky notes. Put them on your mirror, your fridge, your phone. You become what you see and hear every day, so make sure your environment reflects your future, not your past. And if you think this is cheesy or pointless, remember this. You've already been using affirmations. Negative ones. I suck at this. I never follow through. I always quit. All we're doing now is choosing new ones, intentionally. You are not your thoughts. But you can shape your thoughts. And your thoughts shape your actions. And your actions shape your life. So be mindful. Be intentional. Speak to yourself like someone worth believing in. Because you are. Before we wrap this episode, let's do a 30-second live affirmation together. Wherever you are, I invite you to say these out loud, or in your heart. I am worthy of success. I have the strength to change my life. I believe in myself. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm on my way. And I will not stop. So far, we've explored the grip of fear, the power of daily growth, the necessity of action, and the importance of speaking life into ourselves. But today is different. Because now, we go deeper. Today is about your why. That fire inside you. The reason you wake up. The thing that keeps you going when everything says you should quit. Les Brown once said, "When life knocks you down, try to land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up." Let your reason be stronger than your excuses. So let me ask you this. Why do you want what you want? Why do you dream the dream you dream? Not the surface level stuff. Not, "I want more money." Not, "I want to be successful." Go deeper. What's the emotional reason? Brain collision. Here's the truth. Goals give your mind direction, but your why gives your heart power. It's the difference between wishing and committing, between giving up and grinding it out. Direct hit, because there will be days when you're exhausted, when people doubt you, when progress feels invisible, when the dream seems like a joke. And on those days, you need a reason so strong it makes you cry. A reason so personal it hurts to think about quitting. Let me give you a story. Les Brown's mother adopted 7 children, including him and his twin brother, from a poor neighborhood in Miami. She worked double shifts as a cafeteria worker to keep food on the table. Les watched her struggle and vowed he'd make her proud. His why wasn't fame or stage lights. It was his mother. It was giving her the life she deserved. That's what kept him going. So what about you? Thought balloon. Is your why your children? Is it breaking a generational cycle? Is it proving to yourself that you're more than what they said? Is it building a legacy so your name means something long after you're gone? Your why should be sacred. It should bring tears to your eyes. It should make you say, I don't care how long it takes, I'm not stopping. Let's get practical. Here's how to find and fuel your why. Step 1. Ask the 5 whys. Pick your biggest goal right now. Now ask, why do I want this? Whatever answer you get, ask why again. Do that 5 times. Each time, go deeper. Strip away the layers. You'll go from, I want more money, to, I want to give my kids the childhood I never had. That's where the power lives. Step 2. Write a why statement and read it daily. Turn your reason into a mission. Example: I will become financially free, not just for myself, but to show my little sister that she never has to settle for less than she deserves. Put that on your mirror. Read it every morning. Let it be your fuel. Step 3. Make it emotional. Tie your goal to a feeling. What would it feel like to accomplish it? Pride? Peace? Power? Let that feeling become your anchor. Because logic may get you started, but emotion will carry you through the storm. The biggest enemy of your dreams isn't failure. It's forgetting why you started. Your why is your reminder, your foundation, your soul's agreement with your future. Les Brown's voice echoes again. You gotta find reasons that are stronger than your excuses. When the pressure comes, your reasons will hold you together. So let's get raw. Let's get honest. What would happen if you never chased your dream? Who would you be letting down? What would it cost you emotionally, mentally, spiritually? And now flip the question. What would your life look like if you did? Imagine it. Feel it. Own it. You've learned to grow daily, to move before you feel ready, to speak life into yourself, and to hold on to your why like it's your anchor. But today, we're going to get uncomfortable. Because growth isn't always graceful. Sometimes it's painful. And that's not a problem, it's a requirement. Les Brown said, "You've got to be willing to do the things today others won't do, to have the things tomorrow others won't have." Translation: you're going to suffer a little. You're going to sacrifice. You're going to get up earlier, stay up later, say no when it's tempting to say yes. And it's going to hurt. But here's the twist. Pain is the price of progress. And discipline is the bridge from dreams to results. Let me ask you this. What if pain wasn't punishment? What if discomfort wasn't a sign to quit, but a signal that you're changing? Think about a seed. It has to break apart to grow. The outer shell cracks. It looks like destruction. But inside, that's where life begins. So what if the breaking in your life is just your breakthrough being born? Les Brown battled cancer, poverty, rejection, and abandonment. But he didn't say, "Why me?" He said, "Try me." He chose to see pain as a teacher, not a sentence. And that's your challenge today. Pain is your compass, not your curse. If it's hard, it means it matters. Nobody grows in the comfort zone. When it burns, you're building. When it hurts, you're healing. Don't run from it, run with it. Discipline to motivation. Motivation is great. But it's inconsistent. It fades. Discipline is what you do when motivation is gone. Discipline is setting the alarm even when you're tired. Showing up to the gym when no one is watching. Finishing the project even when it's boring. Discipline is love. It's proof that your dream matters. Suffer now, so you can live the rest of your life like a champion. Les Brown. Pain makes you relatable. Your struggle is your story. Your scars are your strength. When you go through hell and come out with your head high, you give someone else permission to believe. People don't follow perfection. They follow honesty. They follow resilience. So don't hide your pain. Use it. It's fuel. Just like a sword must be forged in fire. Just like muscles must tear to grow. Just like diamonds are made under pressure. So too must you be shaped by struggle. And guess what? You're not fragile. You're forged. Les Brown put it simply. You have greatness within you. But that greatness won't show up until you pass through discomfort. Because easy never changed the world. Comfort never made legends. We talk about the alpha mindset. The mindset of ownership. Of leadership. Of unstoppable beliefs. Les Brown said, "Accept responsibility for your life. Know that it is you who will get you where you want to go, no one else." Let that sink in. No more waiting for someone to save you. No more blaming the past. No more, if only. This is your life, and you are the driver. So, what is the alpha mindset? It's not arrogance. It's not ego. It's not barking orders or being loud. No. It's quiet confidence. It's emotional strength. It's knowing that you don't have to control the world, just yourself. It's waking up and saying, "Everything that happens today, I own it. If it goes right, great. If it goes wrong, I'll grow." Headphone Les Brown didn't become a world-class speaker because life handed him opportunities. He became one because he owned his pain. He owned his habits. He owned his potential. And now, it's your turn. 3 pillars of the alpha mindset. 1. Extreme ownership. Whatever happens, you say, "It's on me." No more blaming your parents, your boss, your partner, your past. That blame might feel justified, but it steals your power. Because when you give away blame, you give away control. Alpha mindset says, "I might not have caused this, but I'll choose my response." 2. No excuses. Just adjustments. Excuses are easy. I don't have time. I'm not good with money. I've never done this before. But excuses don't move you forward, they just explain why you're stuck. Alpha mindset says, Okay, I'm behind. Now what am I going to do about it? It replaces why me with what now. 3. Lead yourself first. Alpha mindset starts with self-leadership. You can't inspire others if you can't inspire yourself. You don't need permission to lead. You need discipline, consistency, focus. So ask yourself, do I keep promises to myself? Do I show up even when no one is watching? Do I live by what I say I believe? Because if you don't lead you, the world will. And the world doesn't always lead with your best interest in mind. The truth is, life will test you. It will push you. It will ask, do you really want this? And you have two choices. Victim mode or alpha mode. Complaining or creating. Blaming or building. Hiding or rising. And guess what? You get to choose, every day. Les Brown knew this. He said, someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And we'll go one step further. Your own old opinion of you doesn't have to become your future. You can reinvent, rebuild, reclaim your power, right now. Let's lock this in with 3 quick mindset affirmations. I take full ownership of my life. I lead myself with courage, discipline, and clarity. I am not a victim of my story, I am the author of my future. Say it again if you need to. Write it down. Put it on your phone screen. Tattoo it on your mind. Because no one is coming to hand you your dream. But if you show up with the alpha mindset, you'll build it with your own 2 hands. Les Brown once said, ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. But before you can ask, you need to stand. You need to realize something most people spend a lifetime avoiding. No one is coming to save you. And guess what? That's a good thing. Let's break the myth right now. There's no perfect mentor coming to tell you what to do. No magic job that will suddenly change your life. No fairy godmother waiting to grant you your dream. Your transformation is your responsibility. And that truth might feel lonely at first, but it's actually the most liberating thing in the world. Because if no one's coming, you don't have to wait anymore. You get to move now. So, what is radical self-reliance? It's not about isolation. It's not about doing everything alone. It's about building the mindset that says, if it must be done, I will find a way. It's choosing to become your own foundation. Not out of fear, but out of empowerment. Here are 4 core principles of radical self-reliance. 1. You are your own first responder. Life will throw storms your way, loss, failure, rejection, chaos. And yes, community matters. Help matters. But when it hits, who's the first one there? You. The first person who has to calm your mind. Who has to decide how to respond. Who has to say, we've got this. That's you. Train yourself to become emotionally agile. To respond, not react. To ask, what's the next best move, instead of, why is this happening to me? 2. Stop outsourcing your worth. Don't let other people's approval become your oxygen. You don't need likes to feel valuable. You don't need applause to keep moving. You don't need permission to start. Radical self-reliance means you validate yourself first. It means you walk into rooms and say, I belong here. Not because they told you, but because you told yourself. 3. Become solution-oriented. Anyone can point out problems. But self-reliant people focus on solutions. They asked, "What can I control right now? What's one thing I can do today to move forward? What skill do I need to learn? What do I need to unlearn?" They don't get stuck in the mud. They get resourceful. Even if they don't know how, they trust they'll figure it out. 4. Build internal certainty. You may not know where the path leads, but you can trust the one walking it, you. Self-reliance is a quiet confidence that says, "Even if I fall, I'll get back up. Even if I lose, I'll learn. Even if I'm afraid, I'll take the next step." That's unshakable. That's self-trust. That's power. The truth is, life gets hard. People will disappoint you. Plans will break. Doors will close. But when you rely on your own drive, your own vision, your own inner resilience, you become unbreakable. Les Brown faced countless closed doors. But he didn't wait for one to open. He kicked it down. He understood this. You don't need to be accepted by others. You need to accept yourself. And that's the invitation today. Repeat after me. I am not waiting anymore. I am capable of building the life I desire. If I don't have the answers, I'll find them. If no one claps, I'll still dance. If no one leads me, I'll lead myself. Radical self-reliance doesn't mean you walk alone forever. It means when you do walk alone, you don't collapse. We talk about a mindset that will change everything, if you let it. That mindset is total responsibility. Les Brown said, "You are the only real obstacle in your path to a fulfilling life. Not your parents. Not your past. Not your job, your boss, your ex, the economy, the algorithm, or even the government. At the end of the day, it's you. The way you think. The way you choose. The way you act. And here's the truth. Responsibility is not blame. It's not about punishing yourself. It's about empowering yourself. Because when you take total responsibility, you unlock the one thing most people never find. Control over your future. Let's break it down. What does total responsibility actually mean? 1. You are responsible for your energy. That means you don't get to show up bitter, drained, or reactive and blame everyone around you. You control how you walk into a room. You control the frequency you bring to your family, your team, your goals. You don't just manage your time. You manage your state. Ask yourself daily, am I showing up as a victim or a leader? Am I pouring out fear or faith? Am I the energy I want to receive? 2. You are responsible for your choices. We all have stories. Trauma. Mistakes. Loss. But listen closely. Your past is not your prison. It's your platform. You can choose how to respond. You can choose what story to tell yourself. You can choose what's next. And yes, maybe it's not your fault. But it's still your responsibility. 3. You are responsible for your results. That's the one that stings. Because it means, if you're not where you want to be, it's on you. But that's also the best news ever. Because if you got you here, then you can get you out. No more waiting for someone to fix it. No more, I'm doing everything right, but nothing's working. You try again. You adapt. You learn. You improve. You don't cry about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. 4. You are responsible for your boundaries. Nobody owes you protection. Nobody owes you clarity. If someone's draining you, disrespecting you, distracting you, that's on you to set the line. Responsibility means you teach people how to treat you. And that starts with how you treat yourself. Les Brown understood this. He was labeled educable mentally retarded. He was laughed off stages. He was told he didn't belong. And at some point, he could have accepted all of it. But instead, he took responsibility for his story, his attitude, his future. He said, "If you don't program your mind will be programmed for you." That's what this is about. Here's the shift I want you to make today. Stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Start asking, "What am I going to do with this? What can I learn from this? How can I grow because of this?" You don't control the storm, but you do control the sail. And that sail is your responsibility. Repeat after me. I am fully responsible for my life. I choose growth over excuses. I am not waiting. I am creating. I don't control everything, but I control my choices. My results are mine to build. Background music rises with soft strength and confidence. Here's what I want to leave you with. When you take total responsibility, you no longer fear change, you become the change. You stop reacting. You start creating. You start designing. You stop asking for permission. You start claiming your power. And that's what separates the average from the unstoppable. If you've made it here, I want you to take a second. To breathe. To pause. To acknowledge yourself. Because this journey hasn't been about hype. It's been about truth. It's been about healing. It's been about building a foundation for the life you deserve, not the one you've settled for. You've faced fear. You've committed to growth. You've taken action. You've spoken life into yourself. You found your why, embraced discomfort, built discipline, claimed your power, and taken full responsibility. But there's one last mountain to climb. And it's the one that stops more dreams than failure ever could. That mountain is judgment, criticism, rejection, the fear of what they'll think. Les Brown said it with fire. Don't let someone's opinion of you become your reality. And yet, we do it all the time, don't we? We let their opinions dictate our direction. We let their stares hold us hostage. We shrink our light so we don't make anyone uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Greatness is loud. And it makes people nervous. Why do people criticize? Sometimes, it's because they're afraid. Your courage reminds them of their hesitation. Your discipline reminds them of their laziness. Your dream reminds them of the one they'd buried years ago. And when people don't know how to process your power, they mock it. They minimize it. They try to contain it. But you were not made to be contained. Here are 4 principles to stay unshakable in the face of criticism. 1. Know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you'll believe what they say. You have to root your identity in truth, not in noise. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What am I here to do? What would I still do even if no one clapped? Your life's mission isn't up for public opinion. 2. Not everyone is meant to understand you. And that's okay. You're not here for everyone. You're here for the ones who need what you carry. You might be too much for some. Too intense. Too ambitious. Too driven. Too loud. Too quiet. Too different. But that's not your problem. It's your superpower. 3. Use criticism as fuel, not a cage. Constructive feedback. Learn from it. Toxic opinions. Burn them as fuel. You're not here to prove yourself. You're here to be yourself. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs your voice. Your vision. Your light. Even if that means walking alone for a season. 4. Remember, they don't see the full story. People criticize your 30-second clip. They don't know your 30-year journey. They see your wins, not your wounds. Your highlight, not your healing. You don't owe them explanation. You owe yourself consistency. Keep showing up. Not to prove them wrong, but to prove yourself right. Les Brown faced plenty of rejection. He was told he wasn't smart enough. Not qualified. Not trained. Not the right voice. But he didn't shrink. He rose. He understood. Other people's opinions are just that, opinions. Not definitions. So let me ask you, who have you been hiding from? Whose approval are you chasing? Who are you still waiting to validate your dream? It's time to let go. Let go of the need to be liked. Let go of the need to be understood. Let go of the pressure to fit in. Because you were never meant to blend in. You were born to stand out. Let's close with this. You are unshakable. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. You've built the muscle. You've walked through the fire. You've rewired your mind. You've taken responsibility. You've chosen belief. You've chosen you. So keep going. Speak louder. Stand taller. Dream wilder. And when they ask, who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? You'll smile and say, I'm the one who refused to quit. To anyone reading this, we may never meet, but I truly wish you happiness and success in life. If you're feeling stuck right now, trust me, I've been there too. I spent years working so hard but going nowhere, until I learned how to change my mindset and see life differently. That changed everything for me. If you like messages like this, consider subscribing to my channel. I share daily motivation to help you stay strong and focused on your dreams. Wishing you love, abundance, and peace always.